Hi, this is James with Monotalk, and this show is about saving the planet and all of its inhabitants. And if we have the right people running things, then we might just be able to do that. And that's the reason why I have the show. I know it's a stretch, but we got to do something out there because things are pretty crazy. All right, so hopefully you can hear me. Everything's good. The volume's good because we just created a new studio in a different room in the house, and it looks pretty cool, honestly. There's more space. We're gonna have a dry erase board behind us just in case, but it's really cool to have the space that we need, and I'm not stuffed in a little corner like I was previously. The backdrop isn't the same, and I apologize, but maybe we'll get something in the future. But today's topic, which I want to talk about quickly, or as quickly as possible, which is going to take a little time, is what exactly is the Green Party doing? I mean, what are they really doing? I mean, that's the question I think everybody's in the Green Party is trying to find out. I mean, what's really happening? So, are they what exactly are they doing to do a few things? Grow, bring in more members, get out their message, et cetera, et cetera. And from what I can tell, not much. And thank you. Sounds good. Thank you, babe. Um, it's really kind of uh, demoralizing and pathetic. But when you have candidates all over the country talking about their party, other parties, independent, libertarian, they're not even mentioning um, the Green Party. They're just not, and that's really a sad state of affairs and not good. Man, let me just change this title on the. So, what is the Green Party doing in 2020? From what I can tell, not what they should be doing. I've done a little research. I've started an actual list of what I believe they should be doing, which is going for seats that actually have real value. Seats that and positions instead of state assembly or mayor or freaking dog catcher or whatever they're going for, city, county, or statewide. They need to get their butts into the into a seat, a House of Representatives seat, in Congress. And the reason why I've always told them that this is the most important thing they need to be doing is because that's where the limelight is. That's where um, the beam of light is always shined. That's where they can be heard. That's where they can be noticed. And that's where it needs to start. If you're going to build a party, you have to get a seat in on the Hill in the U.S. House of Representatives, which is attainable, um, in my opinion. Senate, like I've said, good luck. That's tough. You've got to have at least $1 billion or at least 500, at least a few $1 million to be able to do that. But sadly, right now, and I'm not really seeing any changes, is that the Green Party has maybe over 200 registered voters within the United States, the entire excuse me, 200,000. 200,000. Now, with all the other parties out there, including the independents, they're about 140 to 160, maybe in that range, maybe 140, maybe less. But anyway, million. We're talking at least 130 to 140 million people that are out there that are registered either with Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Libertarian Party, and independents for sure. tons of independents. That's what boggles my mind, is how the Green Party basically isn't understanding that you have to have a mass of people to make a dent or to scratch the surface. But with only 200,000 plus registered voters with the Green Party, most of them being in California, 80 or 90,000, something like that, you're like a football field away from just scratching the surface of that car, the paint on a car. It's just wrong. They're not understanding the processes. So this is a little show that I'm doing just so I can help a needed party that has some great ideas, ideologies. They have some good theories. They're super green. I mean, Green Party means green. The Green New Deal actually came from who? Who? The Green Party. The Democrats took what the Green Party had as far as the base, the idea itself, and they stripped out what they knew they couldn't do, basically. But they knew what they could probably get to or reach for, or start to implement, at least get the ball rolling in those directions. So they took the title from a little party that nobody really knows or cares about, it seems like. Because you're not hearing anybody, like I said, talking about it. I've never heard Tulsi mention the Green Party. I've never heard Bernie really mention the Green Party. I've never heard Amy Klobuchar or Buttigieg or Puppet Pete or Elizabeth Warren or the disgusting pig human being Bloomberg mention the Green Party, because you're insignificant. You're really not going to hurt anybody out there. The big push that we did have is right after Bernie's spine fell out of his ass in 2016, in July of 2016. A lot of people did the Dem exit and started coming to the Green Party. But there are a bunch of people, I'm not going to say names, you know who you are, that had to have a perfect fit of people. Either you had to be vegetarian, or you had to be animal rights activists, or you had to not believe in guns, or whatever their criteria needed to be, or the way you're thinking. You couldn't have been a Republican. You couldn't have been a staunch Democrat. You couldn't have been anybody if you didn't believe or think in the way that these disgusting, bullying, pathetic, unrealistic, and out of touch Greens have been. And you know who you are, because you're still there. You're still doing the same thing. That's why there's nobody in the party anywhere. I mean, let's look at the ballot access, for example, or who's actually running for the positions that I'm talking about. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions or seats in California that are running, and it's great to see that. For example, we have, let me see here. Let me see if I can grab that a little better, bring it over. There you go. All right. So if you look at this, I'm creating a Green Party spreadsheet of who's running for House of Representatives in 2020. We've got Rodolfo Cortez Barragán. The asterisk means he's been on my show. I've got CJ Barina, Aramikua Glass Blake. I hope I said that correctly. Shahid Buttar, Angela Duenas. She's been on my show. Oh, and Jason Maria Estrada, Jason Kishnev, and I think I left out accidentally Miguel Zuniga. And there's their districts, right? And let me just do some corrections here. So I'm going to start building this. But here's what's going on if you look to the reasoning why there's nobody at these other parties in these other states. So you go to Alabama. What's going on in Alabama? They need to collect, if you can see that. Let me see, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, okay? So they need to collect, oh crap, what am I hitting here? Oh my gosh. They need to collect at least 90,000 raw signatures, which are, they're not even close. You've also got, who's the other one? It's Alaska, Arizona. So currently working to secure ballot access for 2020 by collecting 3,212 valid signatures. That's cool. Arizona, deadline is November 27, 2019. They missed it, obviously, and there's nothing happening for them in 2020. This is if you click ballot access, right, and you go down the list. Wait, hold on. And you go down the list of. Let me just make sure I'm getting this correct. If you go to the website, right, the Green Party website, and you can see that here are all the states. Just click one of the states, and it'll indicate what's going on. Like for example, right here in Connecticut. Thank you for your interest in getting involved in Connecticut. The Stein Baraka campaign was on the ballot in 2016, receiving over 22,000 votes. We were on the ballot for a number of offices in Connecticut in 2018 and 2020. We need out candidates to get over 1%. That either my dyslexia is kicking in or somebody screwed up on that. We need outright or something to get over 1% of the vote to maintain a ballot line for each office to run a candidate for governor in 2018. We will need to collect 7,500 valid signatures by August 8th. We may also need to petition for some congressional candidates. So there's just nothing here. I mean, if you go down the line in regards to this list, let's see Illinois. I'm just picking Illinois. Okay, they need, in 2016, they got over 74,000 votes. That's great. Let me see. Ballot access will then be retained if they can get doing permanent organizing for petition period from March 27th, 2018. Ballot access will then be retained for 2020 if the gubernatorial candidates receive 5% of the vote. That's just not going to happen. Okay, so you just go down the line, and I put the link in my notes on this YouTube, and you can just pick away at these states, and you'll see their dilemma. Okay, just stuff that isn't happening, nothing's going anywhere, and it's just really sad. Now let's look at let me see California, because I think I'm getting this correct, or I'm just not understanding it properly. Okay. Please sign up below, volunteer greens. Okay, so we are on the ballot, California 2020. To maintain ballots 20, we need to continue to register more Green Party members and ensure we stay about 33% requirement. Okay, so but they're on the ballot, right? And that's good. And they have some people, as I've indicated here, right, that are on the ballot, definitely. And here they are, right? But the thing that I'm really trying to point out is nobody's doing anything. And the reason why I'm saying that, okay, California is doing a lot, but they're not doing the correct things for the other states and themselves. And let me explain what I mean by that. And it's very simple. It's a very simple process. Okay, so let's just go back to me so I can kind of explain it to you. So there's 50 freaking states out there, okay? And these 50 states, right, have, um, there's a lot of people that are in these states. There's tons of people in these states, right? Tons of people in these states. And each state has many HOR or House of Representative positions. I think there's like 55 or a bunch of them in California, different districts all over the state. Others, Texas has like 30 something or something like that. I'm not sure. The numbers are close, but that's not what's important. What's important is when you have a few states that are built well, maintained, and um, have a mass of people that that are capable, willing, and able. You direct that energy and those resources. It's called money, people, and time. Money, people, and time. Okay, and their energies to these other states, and do whatever it takes to help each state one at a time. One at a time. So you organize all the states that have a good mass of people, right? That have a good mass of people, and you tell those states, this month we're focusing on, or this quarter, I would go by quarter because you got another 4 years, because you guys are fucking late to the party again, as usual. And it's frustrating. I'm sorry. It's just frustrating because there's no accountability. There's really no leadership in the Green Party, and nobody knows what the fuck to do. It just seems like it. Because the people that are running it, it's like they think there's like this giant party behind them. It's a facade. There's not. There's really nothing behind them. If you look back behind you, there's nothing there. Okay? There's not like a mass of fucking people following you. If you go out and speak at a rally, you'll get 18 people next to Bernie, who has, 20,000 fucking people. Do the math. So what I'm trying to, and I hate cutting it down, but I got to be realistic. And I have to be forthcoming and honest and truthful and factual about this. But you need to start getting the states together that have a strong ballot access, voter base of Greens, like California for sure, and a few others. I don't know which ones they are. And I'll get into that because I'll start filling my list up here on who's got what and who's able to do who, whatever. And you need to pick a state. Spend 3 months contacting people, welcoming people, talking to people, getting people active. Hey, have you heard about the Green Party? Yeah, well, let me tell you more about it. What are you doing? I don't really know. I don't really like the Democrats. I don't like the Republicans. I don't like independent thing. I don't know. What's the Green Party about? And you have to show them Ohana. You have to welcome them into your family. Unlike some people out there, that it seems like they're continually self-destructing the party. You have to have, you can't be a past Republican, you can't be a past this, you can't be a past that. If you talked about this or if you did that, it doesn't fucking matter at this point. You need to build a party. Get them to at least see what we're about. Bring them in, let them ask questions, um, field their answers, do whatever you can. But you have to start building a movement state by state. And if you have to start city by city or county by county, you have to pick one. The problem with the Green Party is they spread themselves way too thin everywhere, everywhere. So whoever the leaders are, or whoever's responsible for the Green Party, which is fucking nobody, get your fucking shit together. Everybody vote, or whatever, ranked choice vote on it, or whatever you want to do, and get a delegation or some type of organization within the party of people that are going to go and meet and greet and take care of and start making those calls and start getting people involved. You know, getting into the Facebook, getting on TikTok, getting on Twitter, talking. You know, we're the Green Party. This is what we're about. We're trying to get ballot access. We need some people to do this, but but it's not about that. It's about introducing yourself. The first 3 to 5 seconds of an introduction could make or break a deal in sales. And by the way, you have to use marketing tactics. That's what the Democrats do. That's what the Republicans do. It's marketing. It's not blasting them with fucking eco-socialism, okay? And the 10 key fucking values and the pillars. It's just what they want is listed. What they need is listed. Everybody knows what they want. Everybody has an idea. And that's why there's so many people supporting Bernie Sanders. Because he knows what people want. He's been trying to give this information or get these things done for them for a long, long, long time. And sadly, it hasn't happened until recently. Until finally recently, Bernie Sanders has made a dent, and he's starting to really activate in a very positive way um, the the social democratic, very progressive side of the Democrats, who should be green. Those people should all be fucking green. Because the Democrats have become centrist, moderates, neoliberal, disgusting, pathetic group of people. It's just that don't give a shit. They might as well start worshiping Ayn Rand the way they act and the way they portray themselves. It's really sad if you watch it. But let's just go with what Bernie is offering and what he has and what he's talking about. And this is something you guys need to start talking about as well, because this is what people want. This is what the polls are going at. These are what millions of people across the country have been asking for these things. But you can't start blasting them with fucking eco-socialism all the time and stuff they have no idea. I mean, get them involved with the party first and then educate them about geographical whatever the fuck that is. Okay? But for now, you got to get them in the door. You've got to get them in the door. So it's not bothering me that I'm being a little harsh here, because I've tried to be nice. I was a standing General Assembly member for the Green Party of California, Orange County, California. I was a media committee member. There were some things that were happening, getting done, but it was at a snail's pace, and there was a lot of pushback. And at a certain point, it was like, you know what, you guys just aren't getting it. Right? There are candidates out there that can bring people into the party. There are celebrities that can bring people to the party. Who the fuck, what does it matter? You just need to build a party because you've got nobody. You've got absolutely nobody. Nobody at all. So let me just show you this list that Bernie works with. This is the stuff he's tackling. This is the stuff that you guys need to tackle, right? Because I know you're right in line with most of this, for sure. 15 minimum wage, I tell every green, say 17. And the reason why I say 17 is because when you negotiate, which Congress always negotiates, there's a lot of negotiating going around. That's why you need a person in the House. So that person can negotiate for you to get 17. And then after the negotiation's over, you might get 13 or 14. Because there are people still making $7.75 fucking dollars an hour. It's like something you could have been paid in the 70s. Abortion rights, affordable housing, caring for our veterans, of course, combating climate change, comprehensive immigration reform, of course, no more walls, stuff like criminal justice reform, the stop and frisk, Bloomberg piece of shit, disability rights, ending endless wars, of course, Tulsi talks about that constantly, foreign policy, free college, getting big money out of politics. That should be the number one thing you should be talking about. That should be the number one thing on your list. Right there. Right? Definitely getting money out of politics. That should be The number one thing you guys should be talking about. Of course, the gun violence, which we really don't, I don't think the Greens really care too much about the Second Amendment. I know we want people to be free to do what they need to do when they need to do it. And I know there are some Greens that are staunch on it and very heavy on it. But I don't think you guys should look into it. I don't think it's going to help anybody in many ways. Improving rural economics, income and wealth inequality, of course. Women aren't paid enough. There's fucking no doubt about that. Invest in public education. Absolutely. There are schools out there that have 30 kids in a high school that one uh, teacher has to take care of. That's crazy. Invest in the public education, of course. There are people, they have food drives so they can make money so they can buy laptops and tablets and needed technology and supplies for their kids in these public schools. It's fucking disgraceful. You know, when you have Devos in office now just stripping away everything she can to try to get public schools and just for the rich and all that shit. But these are the things you should be talking about. Of course, LGBTQ rights, lowering prescription drug prices, which, of course, there shouldn't be any, making wealthy pay fair share of taxes. Of course, no more tax loopholes, no more subsidies, all this shit. And, of course, Medicare for all and racial justice, for sure. All these things is what Bernie is tackling. You guys should be in the same position, using the same formula. Add a few things, delete a few things, but get your message out and start talking to people. But the first thing you need to do is start organizing. Who's going to be the coalition or the group that's going to go out to that state today or tomorrow or this week? You build up your game plan, like a business plan. How are you going to market it? Who's going to talk? Are you going to make phone calls? And then you're not asking for donations. You're asking for people to just come aboard and check us out. That's all you're doing. Donations come after they've been sold. Sorry, it's a product. If you're not offering anything to anybody, I mean, for example, I had Chris Richardson, I did an interview with him, and I tried to explain to him. This guy's a brilliant man. He's got a lot of great ideas. Running green in Los Angeles, somewhere in LA. Not in LA, but in California. And he just didn't get it. I tried to prep and tell him, you've got to offer a product. And I said, what is it that you're going to do to bring people to vote for you? Well, I'm asking for their vote. And then he started getting into what this other person wasn't doing and did do, but had nothing to say in regards to what you're going to offer these people. People want something for their effort, for their energy, for their time and money. Bernie's offering a huge list of things. Let me show you again. Here's the list, right? There's the list of things he's tackling, what he's offering, what he's going to fight for you for, and his administration will do that. Hopefully he'll get the seats he needs that'll be blue in the House and the Senate to get the things that are needed. Barack Obama had his chance in 2010 and he fucked it up. He had a blue hill, the hill, whatever color it was. The color doesn't fucking matter, honestly. But he had all Democrats and all they did was give you fucking Romney care. Nothing else changed. Nothing fucking else changed. It was disgraceful. So if you think you guys can do better and offer better out there, you have to do that. You have to say we can provide more for you with our party, but you have to do it systematically, right? And you can't. You've got to stop putting so much time and effort in city planner or assembly member or state legislator. It's not it's not doing anything. You need to be seen on a higher level in that light. And if you aren't getting what I'm saying, then good luck to you. If you aren't understanding what I'm trying to I'm giving you the keys to the fucking castle right now. I'm giving you the keys to the castle. on what you need to do and how you need to approach it and attack it and go after it systematically, state by state, go by city, go by county, get some people involved. The mass of great states that are out there that have people need to say, hey, we're going to go after Washington first. Excuse me. Washington State. And then we're going to go after Idaho next, right? We're going to get people we need. We're going to start building coalition, get people to start being active, have people stay in touch with them. There's a whole process, but for some reason, for the past 30 years, the Green Party hasn't done shit. And it's because of certain people in the party that are stagnant. They don't get it. They're not understanding the word marketing. It's a sales fucking pitch. They do the same thing to all the people that are watching and looking at the television, and they're buying everything the Democrats have and the Republicans have. They're buying it all. Tooth and nail. They're buying it. Buying it all. All right. Let's see who's on it. Oh, I got some people. Sorry. All right. So let me see. What are the precipice of everything? Yes, Jordan Lott, I've said that many times. We're at the precipice, and we need some true campaign finance reform. Man, the Canadian Greens voted for Trump's new NAFTA. Oh, shit. New Canadian law is 800,000 if caught driving baked on wheat. That is fucked up. Use the takeover strategy like the Koch brothers used in order to turn states Republican. That's a great idea. They purposely went into lower populated states and took them over, right? I think that was what were those people called? I forgot their name. The Tea Partiers, the fucking Tea Partiers. They helped create the fucking Tea Party, which obviously turned into the base for Trump. Now, I'm not saying to do the same thing, but you've got to get a following. Anyway, this is what I really see. I see California as the leader at this. I see other states doing the same thing. But if there are other states that already have ballot access, they already have a good chunk of people already registered green, those states need to come together to build each state, to go after each state. Okay? But the number one thing you guys need to do first is support somebody getting into Congress. Not a Senate seat. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to. Don't be ridiculously naive with that, because it's just crazy. Governorship, I don't. Good luck. House of Representatives is a doable thing. I do believe there are some people that are running now in California. I've already stated Rodolfo Cortez Barragan, definitely. Miguel Zuniga, Angela Duenas, for sure. I mean, she's actually got a shot, right? I don't know where Kenneth Mejia went, which is really weird. Where the hell did he go? Right? Where did that guy go? So let me put it to you in layman's terms. Sell it. You got to sell it, right? I've sold cars. I've worked in finance. I've worked in marketing. I mean, does anybody know what a QR code is? Not many. Okay, how about a keyword and short code? No, not many. You know, does anybody know how certain things work in social media? Not many. There's so many things out there that you guys could be doing, but you don't. Hell, you're not even using Zoom to have your meetings, like other fucking parties are doing. They're using the latest technology, GoToMeeting, Zoom, to share and bring their ideas and take action and do certain steps. The thing that used to happen in the California uh, uh, media members, the media committee members, is they used to load the plate up with just a few people doing a lot of things, and it was just overwhelming for some, for most. You could do it if you were retired. You could do it if you only work part time or if you didn't have a job at all. But if you work full time and do the things that they were asking, it's crazy. It's nuts. I think now they're doing the right things. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to them. Obviously, they're doing some good things in California. Great. But get some other states involved now. Let's get a cell, right, of people or a group of people to go out and do these things. But you have to have somebody in the House. You have to have somebody in the House of Representatives that has that light, that can propose a bill, that can propose something, that can do something to wedge themselves between these two parties. And I've said this countless times. If you aren't taking all your resources and helping these people get into the House, then you're wasting your time. But if you want to help somebody get a $30,000 or $40,000 job as dog catcher, right, or mayor or whatever, some fucking small town, have at it, right? But that's doing nothing. It's really doing nothing. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to everybody's attention. I'm going to send this out. I don't really care if they don't like the idea, but I guarantee there's going to be pushback, and there are just some. It seems like intentionally, diabolically self-sabotaging people in the Green Party. And I got to let you know something. I was on the Tom Hartman show, and I was starting to bring up in a phone call that it appears that the Democrats and the Republicans love the fact, they love it, that the Green Party goes for these little city, county, and state positions. And that's where they want you to be. That's where they want you to be. They want you to be small and be little so your voices are not heard. Some like that. Some are still doing it. But you've got to get your energy and your time and your money, right? And yourself, people, money, time, resources out there to start building a real party. Because right now, nobody's fucking talking about you. Nobody's mentioning you. Okay? So whoever's running for House of Representatives, you're going to have my full support. My full support. You can come on my show. I'll do a quick video, Q&A, get to know you. I've done it in the past. You can circulate that. I'll set the tempo, give you the guidelines, show you what your talking points are. Follow my lead, and you'll be successful. Okay? Right? I'm not Anthony Robbins here, and I'm not trying to sell you a process of how to get rich, but you are selling a product, whether you think that's the way or not. It's been that way for hundreds of thousands of years. Nobody's going to take something from you unless it's something that they want. Okay? It's called selling. And you got to sell them. All right? So if you have any questions, you guys want to get with me, do anything, let me know. Let me know. I'd be happy to help any Greens that are running for House of Representatives. Okay? Any Greens that are running for House of Representatives. All right? Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you guys get this, understand it. Hopefully it's absorbed. I'll put the directions and the guidelines and the steps in the notes below. It's pretty simple. 1, get somebody in the House of Representatives. Focus on those people only. 2, start going after state by state. Start building each state one by one with the help of the other states, right? And be fucking nice about it. Number 3. That should be number 1. Let people come in. Don't start judging people just because they have a question or they believe a certain way or whatever their situation is or whatever their ideology or their mentality is at. A lot of these people are infected, in my opinion. And if you're doing the right things and welcoming them with open arms, or I'd like to say Ohana, which is family, nobody gets left behind, then you're going to do well. If you're not going to pay attention or listen to the things that I'm trying to tell you, then you're fucked. Period. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. No song tonight, but this is the new studio, and we're going to start bringing some more content for you and more information because we're going to really start following Bernie. we're really going to we're going to really start following um, the political system and the dynamics and what's happening out there. Probably going to do another show within the next day or two, and we're going to be on more, and it's going to be fun and exciting. Fun and exciting. Uh, Thank you very much. Mahalo nui aloha, and aloha to everybody